world where retirement plans are broken, a team of 4 renegade Arissa nerds dared to fix it. Justin McNeil, the wild card who plays by no one's rules. Chad Johansson, the technical wizard who can turn anything into a spreadsheet. J.E. Carlson, the man with all the plans hiding under his beanie. And Mark Palamini, a.k.a. Rogue Guy, the heart and soul of the crew. Together, they are Retireholics, changing the retirement plan industry one beer at a time.
Got it. I just want to watch Knight Rider now.
Roby, I got to say, that was a lot of sour cream on that chip there, those nachos. Like, you need to hold back on that just a little bit.
Good thing I'm not lactose intolerant.
Welcome, everyone, to another show. We are the Retireholics. We are changing the retirement plan industry one beer at a time. Although I'm drinking a little bourbon tonight. Let's see. A little housekeeping. Like we used to do. We got to do it these days.
Housekeeping? No, thank you.
Chap, our champion goes a little different these days. If you've been here in the last few, you know how this works. We're not going to vote at the end. You people out there are going to vote Chap, our champion throughout the entire show. And Brandon will be keeping a leaderboard that he will bring up from time to time. So all you need to do is type CBC and the person's name. I'll drink. So like Rob Smith is here. You type those 3 initials I said, and then Rob's name, and he gets a vote for Chap, our champion. And whoever accumulates the most votes
for myself
wins the game. I'm pretty sure you can vote for yourself. I mean, test it out.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
No, you
Totally
can't.
you can't.
Okay.
You can't.
Wow.
Challenge accepted.
And if you vote too fast for somebody, like you vote once and you try again, it'll stop you. So
Wow.
So you got
that sucks to be you, Woody.
Look at that. I got 2.
That was an addition after Kevin Spaeth voted 954 times for one person in an episode.
Well, him and Webby do that all the time.
Also, and Brian, you should pay attention to this. We will be playing Acrosin. So if you say any initialism or acronym, my name aside, you must drink from your penalty drink. What is your penalty drink tonight, Brian?
We have the finest, smokiest scotch you can get from Trader Joe's. From Trader Joe's. In my obligatory plastic cup, as we do here in New Orleans.
Perfect.
So.
Yeah.
And all you need to do is just take a little sippy sip. It doesn't have to be anything major because, I don't know, you're a rookie. You might
I'm
be
in New Orleans. Come on.
You might be in for a lot of trouble.
Love it. Love it.
And with that, Silent J, let's keep it going with the best segment ad ever to Retireholics. The new guest intro from Silent J. Take it away.
Joining us today from the land of gumbo, fried shrimp, stir-fried shrimp, and everything else Bubba was rambling on about to Tom Hanks. He's here to spill the tea on all things participant notices and how he's leveraging Skynet to enhance it all. Brian, have you ever seen our intro this year? Do you know what happens next?
I have seen. Yes, I do.
All right. So you're ready for the rapid fire questions, right?
Let's go.
All right. Quick responses. Don't lollygag unless you're good like Todd Harlow was last week. But let's get started. So, what's the best holiday of the year?
Yeah. Well, tomorrow, the 4th of July.
All right.
Tomorrow's the 3rd.
It's in 2 days.
2 days, you see? too much drinking already.
I like your style.
Yeah. When you were a wee little lad, did you ever go out and collect beads or throw beads or whatever you do out there in New Orleans?
Yeah. I mean, come on. Of course.
All right.
Yeah.
Could Ferris Bueller have pulled off his day in the age of smartphones?
Oh, no way.
Right?
No?
He would have been posting everything. Yeah. He couldn't have gotten away from it.
All right. Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
Oh. Let's see. Let's do one horse-sized duck.
Yeah, that's the right answer.
Yeah.
I like that.
I don't know.
Dude,
Those
could
things
you
are dangerous,
imagine
man.
100 little mini horses? Man.
Dude, that massive beak just coming down on you, though? Come on. Those web feet?
Ducks are dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Is cereal technically a soup?
Ooh, cereal technically a soup. I'm going with no. No on that one.
No. Okay. I
What
kind of disagree. I didn't.
But is
It-
oatmeal? 'Cause it's
Oatmeal.
warm?
It's oatmeal.
That's.
Depends how much
We're
water
gonna
you
have to
put
put
in it.
this out to the chat bar, I think.
Yeah.
So could be a
Geez.
stew, like Brandon says. All
Milk,
right.
Yeah.
milk gazpacho.
If you were forced to do one of the jackass pranks, which would you choose?
Oh, man, it's been a while since I've seen the Jackass.
I don't
The
even
new one's
know
coming
him.
out.
You could get your
Yeah.
own face tattooed on your back. That would be good.
Good.
No. It's funny. I just saw a clip of Steve-O was on a Mr. Beast thing, and he didn't realize that Steve-O's got a tattoo on his head that's like a dick, and it's like we do a family friendly show here, and he didn't realize the guy had that on his head the whole time. They're like, no, I love the one the motorcycle off the ski ramp. That one's cool.
The ramp, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that is a good one.
And Brian,
Yeah.
it's not a family show. We just try not to talk about dicks.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, fair enough.
We prefer
All right,
the
last-
term penis.
Oh, okay, fair enough. It's a proper show here. Okay, I got it.
And here in the chat bar, we're talking about shoving race cars up our rectum. So
Yeah.
probably
yeah,
family
that's
show.
one.
Yep.
That's
Mhm.
one.
Oh. All right. And last and never least, on a scale of 1 to 10, how great of an advisor is Nate Moody?
11. Got to go to 11.
Oh, kick him off
And
the
he's
show.
not even here for this one today. I
No.
threw him a curveball.
He
Anyways.
actually wrote me on LinkedIn today and said it's so sunny out where he's at, and they only have like 5 days of sun every year that he's got to take advantage of.
It's not coming.
I don't blame him.
Ladies and gents, the COO of Plan Notice, Mr. Brian Danos.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for joining.
We're stoked to have you. Brandon, let's get right to it. Let's do some headlines, shall we? That's a great point that Brandon makes.
What do you say?
Imagine how good of an advisor
Oh,
Nate
yeah.
Moody's sister would be. She would crush it.
I tried to give him a break on the show, and we just can't do it.
I mean, okay, let's get to something that caught my attention. I'm going to call it greedy gusto. You could call it greedy guideline. There's a post on LinkedIn by an old friend of mine, Scott Pooch. He used to be the nationwide wholesaler up in the, he is. He's here tonight.
He is.
Yeah, he used to be the nationwide wholesaler up in the Bay Area a long, long time ago. I believe he's on the East Coast now. He's doing some cool shit with artificial intelligence and helping plan sponsors and companies. But anyways, he made this post. It was a letter from Gusto, powered by Guideline, which is apparently like how they refer to themselves now. We were wondering that when the news first came out, or I said powered by Gusto by Guideline, and said, "Hey everyone, with about a month's notice, we are raising our fees from 15 basis points to 25 basis points. Keeping in mind that Gusto has about $10 billion in assets. So, this should bring them in an extra, 10 million in revenue, additional 10 basis points. I don't think this conversation has to be entirely about the raise in fee, although I'd like to talk about it a little bit, because the bigger point that Scott makes is, hey, let's get rid of these asset-based fees. Why are we not talking to clients about direct billable fees that are an employer expense? But let me first go to you, Brian. Responsible businesses have the right to up their fees from time to time. But how do you feel about a national disruptor record keeper that, by the way, they wave the flag of low fees all the time. That's how they win a lot of this business, just talking about how cheap they are. And then to add insult to injury, at least in my opinion, they recently bought this business. So Gusto bought it from Guideline. Half of the plans went over to Vestwell. Gusto's got half of them. And so you think when you buy something fairly recently, like throwing a price hike in there. Anyways, I'm not moving the witness. What am I doing? Influencing the witness.
Leading the witness.
Leading the witness. Yeah.
Leading the witness. How
I
do you
just
feel
call
about
it talking too much.
Yeah, thanks. Good call. How do
I
you
think
feel about a company like that raising their fee
well,
by 10 basis points?
I mean, first thing is like from a communication point, it's like they talk about how it's calculated and they're just saying we're about to raise it. There's no justification for raising it.
Right.
Like I've always feel like if you're going to raise prices, you really need to justify it, and say this is why, and make few people
I
understand.
like money.
The justification is Skyline was doing such shitty business, they weren't profitable and they need to make profit.
Right.
No, Brian, you're totally right. That's what the experts say, right? If you're going to deliver a fee hike, let the client know, hey, we've added this. We're doing this now. You're getting this. These are all the upsides,
Right.
as opposed to just Chad. How do you feel about?
And 1 month is also crazy. Like
that's what I was going to ask Chad.
That's a crazy timeline. This should be, it's got to be on your fee disclosures and stuff. Like, so how are you even going to roll this out?
As a plan sponsor, do you now feel obligated to take that 10 basis points and make it a billed expense? Because you don't have a whole lot of time to notify these employees that they're going to have a rate increase, because that's this is going to get hit by. Right. So I think you might be seeing plan sponsors, if they were properly educated, say, this is a fiduciary risk to me, jump in the cost with no additional service. I got to take on that 10 basis points as a billed expense.
Everyone knows I love to pick a debate with Chad, but I mean, Chad, that's not going to happen. Like no one's going to do that. All these plans are just going to take their 10 bips and suck it up and not know anything about it and move forward. Like, I mean,
I think
love
it's
to
a
pivot.
small enough number to them that they're like, yeah, it's not that big of a deal really. But if somebody explains the long-term impact of that or the other side of the coin, then like Chad's saying, like the education part is crucial there, especially if, again, for bigger plans, maybe are getting to the point, maybe looking for alternatives. But I was looking at that and I was just wondering, because you were saying it, JD, but like the unsettled feeling of, if I get a notice from somebody and they give me 30 days or whatever of that with no explanation, no anything, when's the next one coming? When's the next one coming? And is this going to be a revolving door? And it makes me think of like when streaming first became a big thing. It was like Hulu's $12 a month, and now it's like $100, right? So we've fallen into this cycle of just dealing with it. But at least when Hulu tells me they're increasing my price, they're like, well, we added 72 channels. And you're like, I don't want those, but okay.
Can I tell you the ugly truth? And Brian, tell me I'm wrong. Executives sat in a boardroom and they said, hey, if we raise this 10 basis points, how many of our clients across the country are going to leave? Yeah. Someone counseled them and said, hey, it's going to be a very small number. This is what it's going to be. And net, you're going to make 10 million in new revenue. You're probably going to lose less than $1 million out the back door. So in terms of running a business to make money, it's kind of a no-brainer. So all these things we're saying that are kind of evil or not prudent or not very fair, and when you do the math about making money, it just works for the business. But let's move on to, I think, the bigger discussion, which is what Scott made, and a lot of people chatting or commenting on his LinkedIn post. We're tackling this concept of shifting fees to the employer versus asset based. And I know we've talked about it on this show, sporadically over the last 10 years, but Chad, I mean, the needle's not moved, right? Is that really happening anymore in current 2026 than it was 10 years ago?
It is, but it's mostly in the startup space because of the credits that are available. A lot of startup plans will now take on more build expense than they ever did 10, 15 years ago because of that. But in the existing plan space, the number of clients that are willing to take an asset-based charge, let me make those two distinct points right there. Take an asset charge and convert it to a build expense is different than having a flat build expense that the client is choosing to pay.
Right.
But both
we're seeing less and less of that in the existing plan space than even what I did 15 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, Brian, where do you stand on that in that argument? Like, I'm assuming you like the idea of a build employer cost.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those things that if they decide to pay it, it's a way that you can advertise that how lucrative your benefits are. Like, hey, we take these costs off, and then they could. I'm sure you can write that off. Is that what you were saying, Chad? You could write those off as credits, and you can write them as a tax credit. So I think I mean as an expense, not a tax, as an expense. And I think that's it's all part of how you sell it. I think it could be a very big benefit of we take these costs on and we're not going to keep adding them in for the participant to take.
Well, I'm sure everyone in the chat bar would agree. Like, there's no better way to prove you're acting in the best interest of the plan and its participants than shifting fees from the participants to the employer. I mean, that's going to make you look really good in a court of law. And if you never make it to a court of law, it's going to make you look really good in that lunchroom, standing in front of the employees, letting them know that you're picking up that price. But again, can we look in the mirror of our own industry right now and realize that even with Chad's example, and I love to hear that startup plans see that they're getting these credits. Although we heard from William Mackler that, did I just refer to him as William?
You did.
You did. That's because you respect him.
that what is it? 96% of these plan sponsors, there's 80%, or I should know better. Sorry, Tony.
It's 6% leverage it. 94% do not.
Yeah, 94 are not doing this. So that factors into this as well. I just think here we go. Two things, we'll move on. Both greed and greed. The guideline and Gusto want to be greedy by, upping their fees, and they've done the math and they know they won't lose clients. And sorry, plan sponsors want to be greedy because they don't want to fork out a check for benefits when some slick salesman tells them they don't have to, and it's just built into the program.
That's the biggest problem right there. And that was my comment on Scott's post was if we get better as an industry of having this conversation, of not being the slick sales guy that says, oh, you don't have to pay anything for this plan. Let me just shove you in an A-share or put a big wrapper around it. If we could get better at advising clients on the benefits of taking on a build expense, the reduced fiduciary exposure that you just put out there, JD, the independence it creates from the record-keeping chassis and the investments when you go down a build expense route, the deductible aspect of it. If we could get better at simply communicating that, I believe far more plans would go down that path. The problem is too many advisors go path of least resistance. They're not willing to butt heads with a client and try to sell them what's right. They're just willing to go path of least resistance and sell it and get out of there.
I've been getting some record keeper wholesalers saying, hey, you can even convert the third-party administrator fee, and have it just billed to the participants.
0%.
It's happened a lot lately, actually. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, that's not normal.
Well, I love Tony's comment of, 40 years we're saying, hey, if we can just get better at this. Chad, I feel like that's a Chad Nuggets moment of, would you go so far as to say that advisors could be more successful with prospects if they would hone their skills on this concept and get in there and say, hey, you're being wronged. Like, why the fuck do you have these asset-based fees? Let's turn these into employer costs. It'll protect you as the employer in your fiduciary thing. It'll create an expense that you can write off for your company. And by the way, and we didn't say this, but all you experts know this, in small plan world or medium-sized plan world, who's got the biggest account balances? The fucking owners do. And so the owners are the ones getting sucked. They're the ones with the millions of dollars that have these larger asset fees on.
Yeah, JD, how does that feel?
We have what's our wrap fee, Chad? It's just our advisor comp, basically. I think
10 bips. Yeah.
Well, and in that world too that we operate in, a lot of the times, record keepers have realized this, and most of them do have a build expense, so they've recognized that as well.
I want to be really clear for everyone. I was actually looking at our 401k plan the other day because I had to do this little distribution thing since Huri left, and who's got the biggest 401k account balance on Retireholics?
Chad.
Brandon.
I believe it. I knew it immediately.
Yep.
Well, I started when I was like 22, and I just
what a great example.
It seemed to be Tristan.
What a great example. Let's spin the wheel of ice.
Oh, let me make a comment. You asked me a question
in Google,
Sorry.
which helped.
He didn't ask
Go
you a
ahead.
question, Chad.
You
Go
did.
ahead.
You asked would advisors position themselves better and win more business? What I would say, I don't think that having that conversation is going to win you a takeover plan per se, unless you intelligently go in and say, right now you're at 20 basis points. I would rather go build expense and flat bill. And here's why. You're growing at $1.2 million a year. Let's go ahead and lock in that cost horizon for you instead of letting that bill grow every single year as having this be a percentage of assets. And there are a number of record keepers now that are comfortable going to a flat build expense. It's not like it was 10, 15 years ago where it was really hard to find. So an advisor does that, they will differentiate.
Trying in the spirit we were talking about earlier, when you're capping it like that, how often do you see record keepers raise their flat billable, as the plan grows, participants, stuff like that? I've never looked into it myself.
It depends on who you're looking at. If you're going with one of the modern chassis that are just a base and per participant, they haven't raised. But if you're going with something that's looking, for example, you see it in the insurance space, hey, we're a $7,200 flat base a year, but you got to use our fixed account or stable value and these target. Now, if you make a change in the investments, it affects that bill. But I haven't seen them come back and adjust that flat bill structure in any of the groups we've been working with.
I just think, Chad, to piggyback on what you said, and I'm going to even go in the mid to large market, when you're in a competitive situation, and let's say 3 others are presenting, and damn well that the odds are that those 3 others are probably just going to go asset based because that's what the industry does. Why not take a chance at being the one that's different, that says, hey, I have a different concept. And if you want to protect yourself, even do it as hey, it's your choice as a plan sponsor. I just like to advocate for this because I think it's a great way to go. That would make you look really good in front of people that you're trying to win their trust, and that they want to make a decision that they're comfortable with. That would say a lot about your personality if you learn how to present that properly. So I think that's 100%. Not to be all serious, but I think that's a great way to go. The wheel of ice. Don't worry, Brian, you're totally safe.
It's going to be all tonight. It's going to be all.
Yep.
Told ya.
It's
now
rigged.
Brian's got to sit and talk by himself.
You guys ever have a problem opening these things?
No, we're not pussies.
It's called arthritis.
Justin, why don't you ever wait?
He never, because he knows how slow he is. He tries to do it so he can look quick.
It's supposed to be fun that we all do it at the same time. All right.
Oh, now JD's going too.
Yeah.
Smearing off.
Remember when Justin drank 2 at once?
Oh
yeah.
Oh wait, I got it. Hold on.
Oh,
that's some bullshit. Do you really? You've had this waiting for a while.
Justin, unfortunate time.
Justin, you're wearing the same shirt.
Yes.
Yep.
Have something prepared?
I do, but figure it out yourself, man.
I don't remember this. I must have been drunk.
Oh my god!
No, that's impressive.
Oh, Jesus.
You know how I know you have a drinking problem?
Who needed to do this?
I'm on this show.
Tell me you have a drinking problem.
Jesus, it's taking forever.
That's impressive.
Should. Yeah.
Diabetes in a bottle. Okay. Let's talk about plan notices since we got a plan notice guy here. I'm going to give you a true story about myself and my father. Brian, my father, Brandon and I's father, founded our third-party administration company in 1975. And I was in an argument with him 20 plus years ago. And we were using a technology at the time to send out safe harbor notices via email. Mm-hmm. And what my dad had done in the 70s, 80s, 90s was send it via U.S. Postal Service, right? And basically for everyone out there, if I'm emailing you one, what did I do?
United States Postal Service.
Okay.
I thought he actually said it.
I thought I did too.
He said it. He didn't say it.
No. Don't try to suck me into this. No,
You're right,
dinner.
Mark.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay, back to the story.
Oh,
the
he said the
tapes.
United
Review the-
States. Okay. Part of
Okay.
it.
And we could track the emails. And it's gonna when we talk about plan
That
notice
count?
tonight, the company, this will make a lot of sense for everyone. But we could track these emails to see whether they were clicked on, opened, and looked at.
Yeah.
And
Hold on, time out. Ruling
Yeah.
from the rest. Electronic mail. Is he allowed to say the letter?
oh no,
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
don't think
Yeah,
so.
it's a
Oh, okay.
word.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
word.
Okay.
Okay.
And we had a horrendous open rate, Brian. I mean, I can't remember exactly, but I want to say it was south of 30%. And
Yeah.
my father, who was a lifelong third party administrator, micromanager, type A, that's fine,
Question mark.
Yeah.
person, was shocked by this. I mean, he literally pulled me in the conference room and was like, "Hey, young Turk, we can't fucking do this. Like, this is out of hand." And I said to my old man, I said, "Okay, let me ask you, how many of the letters that you've been sending out for the past 20 years, you gray-haired old motherfucker, do you think were opened and
Right.
then placed on those, you remember those little containers you'd put your hard copy mail in and you'd sit them there on the
Yep.
corner of
yeah.
your desk?
Yeah.
And how many of you think just sat there and never got distributed to participants? Because I would venture to guess it's pretty similar to my fucking emails that weren't opened. Why do I bring this story up? Brian, this probably happens with 404A5. This happens with safe harbor notices. I'm sure it happens with auto enrollment and qualified default investment alternative notices. Like, there's a problem with notices being delivered all across the country, right?
Yep, definitely. Yeah, so you have the DOL, Department of Labor's
Right.
electronic delivery standard, which is a valid method. But we started off work with a lot of 316s who really wanted to make sure those notices were delivered, and so we developed a method where we send out the email. And like you said, you could track to see if it was open, if they actually got it or not. If they don't, you send a reminder. And then if not, then we move to multiple other channels. We send by text message, track that if they open that. And if they still don't open the text message, then you go and you get the first class mail. And that's
Well, what
kind
you're
of like
doing differently.
escalation method.
I mean, I'm going to save the plan notice pitch for a little bit later. I just want to talk about the general concept here.
Yeah.
But I would imagine what you're doing too is you're sending to each individual participant. We're talking emails right now, and we can get into this. But before we get there, let me pivot a little bit and go to you, Chad. Is it still true that many of these record keepers create the 404A5 fee disclosures for participants, and that is the plan sponsor's job to go find that on the site and then deliver it to the participants? And how often do you think that's happening the way that
There's to tell you how bad it is, there's a number of them that don't actually create the 404A5. They give a template that then the client has to complete, has to put in their own data points, then save it as a PDF, then provide it to participants. Now, that's becoming fewer and fewer. But
am I being a Chicken Little here, or are we all in agreement that this is a shit show all across the country? Like, participants are not getting the notices that they're supposed to be getting. I would say
type of document, Chad. The 3-letter type of document.
Adobe Acrobat.
So
I
again,
mean, the other real problem is that even if the record keeper or whoever's making the notice sends it to the plan sponsor, often the plan sponsor we're seeing is just hitting forward all, and they're sending it to their employees. And I'm like, well, what about your terminated? And they're like, oh yeah. And so like they don't even they're even if you get the actives get it, you're missing a whole group of people. So there's a lot of layers of not getting noticed.
Well, let's get to the terminated ones, but let's also talk about like electronic versus hard copy. I think a lot of people forget that, because we're in such a modern world where we're so comfortable with email that we forget that you can't just by default send email to everyone for these types of notices. It's still true, right? That they need to have like a working email that's part of their day-to-day, unless they've filled out some consent that says, hey, I don't. So now go ahead and send it to sexy69@gmail, I'll take them there. But otherwise, and I don't want to pick
How do you
on.
know my email address, dude?
That's where we send your paychecks.
One paycheck. I don't open them.
No, but Brian, this probably is misunderstood, not just by plan sponsors, but even by financial advisors, I'd imagine.
Yeah, and it's definitely, we're seeing across age groups, right? So the younger generation does not use email at all.
Oh, great
They
point.
want text
Great
messages.
fucking point.
And you have the middle group that will look at email, and then the older crowd just wants paper. So it's also broken up by age group, which is another preference.
What is the Department of Labor stance on sending a safe harbor notice via Snapchat? Is that approved?
Right. No, right. It's not. Well, what's interesting, and the 2021 guidelines, they did say for the missing participants best practices, if you could find social media, it just says social media, which is very nebulous and very hard to find. But it is in there. They do talk about that.
Well, I mean, I would think, yeah, for older people, you could send them a message on Facebook or something, saying, hey, okay, so let's go there. Let's go to the missing participant one, because I definitely think this is like, I always apologize for this analogy, but I continue to use it. This is like the redheaded stepchild of this type of stuff, where like no one wants to pay attention to this. Like you get these terminated participants, they've got a balance. It's small or it's not small. Let's say it's north of $7,000. They run off and you just aren't keeping up on what address they're at. People are moving everywhere these days. They're so mobile. Potentially this participant's forgot about it. Maybe they haven't. But what plan sponsors don't realize, and I'm pretty sure that, no offense, financial advisors, I'm not sure y'all remind them of this at your fiduciary review meetings as much as you want to. And I get it, because it's messy. You don't want to step in this area. But if you were to ask plan sponsors, you kind of hinted at this earlier, Brian. Are these terminated participants with account balance participants? They would be like, well, no, they left us 8 years ago. And then let alone the ones that are missing that you don't. This is a huge problem that I don't think people even pay attention to.
Right. And the funny thing is, well, one, I always say nobody calls their ex-employer and tells them they moved, right? So nobody updates that
Why
information.
The fuck would you do that?
But like, this is a focus for the audits. The DOL audits, they really, I said DOL, Department of Labor audits, they do focus on
just one
terminated. That is a big thing that they want to make sure that they're being treated equally and treated the same way. And like, it's a huge problem. And it's, there's a lot of faults to, across the board is, record keepers make it hard to get your money out. And so if it doesn't roll out, and there's just not good information for people of what to do after you've left a company, and how to take ownership of that. And so, it's really important to find those people and get them the information they need.
So you need to take a sip of your scotch for your penalty.
So hold on, Chad's questioning my
does Brian have two penalties or one?
He said the acronym, but then he said, I said Department of Labor.
He didn't say Department of Labor the second time, though. He said it again.
Yeah, that's a classic double. It's a classic double. So let the record show that he's got two.
JD, we used to do hashtag not the typical. Well, we started that again tonight, I feel like. I'll say it. If an advisor steps into a finals and talks about the separation process for participants and the need to continue to send them notices and how we can build a process around helping them get their balance out of the plan to stop this liability to the plan sponsor. Again, a differentiator that advisors could look at and say, this will set me aside from somebody else in that room.
I feel like there's a theme here of the non-sexy topics could be your way to win new business because everyone else avoids them. And if you tackle them head on, you're going to look like a real pro in front of these people. And I'd imagine this conversation, as ugly as it sounds, of termed participants with a balance, even missing participants, it's kind of music to a human resources ears. Like they want to know that they're hiring someone who's on top of this shit and understands it and can guide them in the right direction. So I think hashtag not your typical advisor is a great theme, Chad, that we're going with right now. There was this is where I want to go, Brian, to wrap this up. Does the Employee Benefit and Security Administration, the arm of the Department of Labor, do they actually come down on these people? Are they disqualifying their plans? Are they billing them $2,000 a day because they didn't send out their safe harbor notice? Like, is this really, or is this all fear mongering?
I mean, we've heard of larger companies going under larger audits, and this was not properly notifying terminated participants. What did cause that? The one I saw to be billed, and it was like it was a daily rate. I'm trying to remember what it was, like $25 a day or some kind of daily $100 a day or whatever, until they got the notice. So they had that was just one of the points. It's not, I guess it's not super widespread, but I have seen an example of it.
But Chad, it's not
we've
the
got over
Department of
1,000
Labor.
clients.
It should be though, right? It should be something people focus on.
Well, it's part of their fiduciary responsibility, but what we're hearing is it's not being looked at proactively. If it does come up, it comes up during an audit process.
Or a whistleblower.
Right.
People are blowing whistles, but not on not receiving notice.
Oh, whistleblower! Is this a pun for the World Cup? Are we segueing into that? Is that what we're doing?
No, here I was gonna segue to this. You might not get fined by the Department of Labor, but it's possible. Like as an example, if you're not giving a safe harbor notice, and so in effect, you're not letting a participant know that there's a match. And that participant therefore then does not defer. In theory, if those participants got together, they could come back to you. And if you had to fix it, so this is not like a penalty, but you got to actually fix this.
Yeah.
You're on the hook, plan sponsor. And that does happen. That happens where they have to pay for it. But I don't want to like fearmonger myself. I think the reality is in general, in the small plan space, I don't think these people are actually getting dinged for this stuff. Now, it doesn't mean as a plan sponsor, I don't want protection. And Brian, I'll let you have the final word. Like if you said to your clients, hey, you're never going to get dinged for this. So would you like to do it the illegal way or would you want to do it the legal way? I think they'd say, I'd really prefer to do it the legal way just in case something goes wrong. But Brian, finish this out.
Yeah, and I don't think the audit is a scary thing as much of what we have seen is when there is a termination for cause or a termination that didn't go well, they're the ones that are going to complain the most. So I remember there was one where a company didn't send the blackout notice and the terminated employee said, oh, I couldn't get my money because it was, and he just raised the stink and made it really difficult for them. So it wasn't an audit, but it definitely made their time difficult and something they had to deal with that they would have preferred not to. So
that's a great one that
everybody gets those. Yeah.
That's a great one that we didn't even touch on.
Yeah.
When a plan converts, Chad, 15 million's going from principal to empower. You think the termed participants are getting blackout notices? No, that's not happening in a lot of cases. Okay, Brian, let's play. It's not a game. It's kind of a game. Let's look at things on social media and talk about them. It's called
Can we do something different? I'm so sick of this one.
Is great.
I love this one.
Glamour game.
This is great. All right, Brian, just play one. Just rock it.
You're going to work. You're not going to bitch. You're not
Okay,
going
this
to
is good.
moan. You're going to listen to every motherfucking word that comes out of my mouth. You're not going to blink without permission. Your world is mine, and I'm not your manager. I'm your fucking boss, bitch.
This is every sales call on Monday morning with Chad.
Dang it. I put this one last because I wanted this to spur a conversation. So we'll come back to this for our next.
Well,
we can't come back to it.
I don't know.
You can't go back
I'm
to
so
it.
polite to Claude. I'm afraid of it.
Right.
Like,
I am too. I say please.
I say, I'm like, can we, maybe?
Yeah,
that would be
same
great.
way.
And then I congratulate it. I'm like, that's perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Do you ever say thank you? Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
Brian, I want to pivot to a deeper tech conversation. which we'll tackle at
Yeah.
the end of this. But so let's just go to the next.
We did. I will say an anecdote. We did have a developer that swore the meaner you were, the better result. Well, I gave out. And I was like, I don't know, but he swore that.
I can
So,
see that.
We'll see.
I think they're wrong. This is why I've changed my behavior. When I was a dick, it seemed like it did things just to screw with me and wasted my time. When I got nice, it started working out.
Cloud's like, fuck you, you're cool, fuck you.
Right.
Hello, Claude. Good morning. How are you? It's so nice to see you. Let's get started. All right, next one, Bean.
We got a hard stop at 12:30.
Okay. You got another meeting?
No, I just don't want to be here.
This is Mark every morning in a sales call.
I love that. By the way, what up? And first of all, I think maybe we've talked about this before. The hard stop is a professional thing to say, but it is kind of a baller move to get in those Zooms and be like, hey, everyone, I got a hard stop and, whatever. But you guys saw this. I don't have to re-say it. The guy's like, you got a meeting? No, just want to get the fuck out of here. Brian, do you give hard stops on your Zoom meetings?
I really should, because I'm late too many times to my next meeting. So,
you know what I'd like to do, Chad? I want to give a hard stop when someone calls me on the fucking phone. That's what I want to do.
When they tell you they need 2 minutes, and then it's like 16 minutes later,
yes.
you're like,
right.
Hey, I just need 5 minutes of your time.
Sorry.
No, it's not. You guys are all very good about it. It's other people that work for me that drive me fucking bananas sometimes. Thank you so much for your hard work, though. I appreciate it. Okay, next one, Brandon.
I'm looking for an email with the term budget proposal in the subject line.
Sure. Here's every email with the letter B sent in 2019.
Oh, well, if it helps narrow it down, my boss Megan actually sent it this morning.
Oh! No, she didn't.
No, I saw it. I saw it.
That's impossible. My calculations have never been erroneous.
Oh, yeah? Well, I just scrolled down on my phone and found it.
Oh my god, good news! I found it!
I found it!
So glad I could help.
I found it. You didn't do anything.
Oh, yeah? Here's a reminder for a meeting that took place 50 hours ago. Let me know if you need any more help.
What the
You need to turn Copilot
Brian,
on.
by the way, have you used Copilot at all? I mean, do you?
That's what I'm saying. You should just need to turn Copilot on, and it does that.
Copilot for your email sucks.
It saved me today. I didn't have the company. I needed the company EIN, and I know I've sent it a million places, and I didn't want to go.
There it is.
Something.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Right. And then
that's an underhand softball for Copilot. Of course, I'd find that. But it was my son that told me, "Hey, bro, Copilot's popping off in Microsoft email right now." And you know me, I love artificial intelligence. I was like, "Oh shit, let me do this. Like, let's try this." I failed and failed and failed. The thing could not, like, that TikTok is not far off.
no, the search capabilities of Copilot within the inbox is terrible.
Terrible.
But Copilot's ability to like read through an entire email chain and help give you a basis for starting the next conversation, it's really good.
Okay. We're going to talk more about artificial intelligence in a moment. All right, Brandon, we've got another one. Yeah, we do.
Mario, the drinking chair fever, and here you go, fever. You're drinking the juice.
Are you reading it, Mark?
Fever. Oh no, fever.
Okay, we've played that guy before, and I mentioned
we've seen this.
He's my favorite little guy. But golf. Come on, Harlow. You gotta love that one. When your scramble partner only plays good with a couple of transfusions in him. Devin loves himself transfusions on the golf course.
He's a transfusion
JD, you should know that at the start of the member guest, I brought Mark and 5 or 6 other playing people into the locker room and made them take shots prior, because I know when Mark's skill set comes out.
Okay.
We also made a couple of guys who have yet to have, what's our penalty drink? What's our original gangster?
Don't tell.
Malort. Yep.
Oh, sorry, Mark.
Take Malort. Had to get in their
Chad,
heads.
Let me ask you this, Chad. If a human, say Mark, for example, gets better with his golf game with a couple of drinks in him, and we have sales goals for a year in 401k plan sales. Why wouldn't we take that same approach? Why wouldn't we counsel him to take a little nippy nip in the car in the parking lot before he walked in to present?
Look at how excited he is right now.
Brian, am I off base?
Let's
Would that
test
not
this,
work?
Mark. For the month
John
of
Daly
August.
sales? Yeah.
Oh,
this is all being recorded, right?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, if it works, it works, you know? Okay, let's go to the conversation. Let's pretend we just watched one of those artificial intelligence fin talks. Brian, I know you're a tech fan. You've clearly just talked tonight about dabbling in artificial intelligence and the different models and stuff. For context, I actually also partner with another person on another company that I own that does artificial intelligence for the financial services space. So I'm all in on this shit. I'm seeing people on LinkedIn, professional business people. I'm even getting some private messages from some people telling me that I'm calling them in jest that they're anti-AI and they're pro-human. Oh, yeah, I'll drink.
Yep.
And so they're saying things like, oh, AI is not going to be able to do
Yep,
this.
there it goes again.
And artificial intelligence can't do this. And don't forget, humans are going to be so important. You're really going to need a human. And I don't want to be super negative here. I get it. I understand that there's still a purpose for human beings. But I think where these people are missing the mark, and I want your opinion on this, is this technology is really powerful. Like, it's going to do a lot of fucking gnarly shit that will make a company stronger and the clients happier. And no, you're not going to be needed in that role. If you want to supplement humans around it to do better customer service, and we can even get in the customer service side of it, I'm just saying, I think these people are scared and they're trying to like put this human first thing forward. And I don't want to get this out of context, but I'm saying, they're missing the bigger picture. Am I an asshole? Am I way off base? Where are you at on this, Brian?
No, I'm with you. I feel like that people really have always felt this way when new technology comes, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go back even in the 60s when mainframes came, they said, oh, work's done. We're going to automate everything. Yes, I think a lot of the jobs today will be done by, these artificial intelligences. But there's going to be many, many more jobs, I think, created in the future. I agree. Side note, I'm a super optimistic guy.
Back to this customer service.
Yeah.
Artificial intelligence. Has anyone spent any time trying to call their internet provider or whatever utility company lately, like I have, and gotten that artificial intelligence voice that can't understand fuck about shit that I'm calling about, and I just have to say, representative, give me, and I say, give me a fucking representative all the time, and it seems to work. So
let me tell you, Justin, I'm guessing what you're interacting with right there is a voice that's built on a flow of like a tree chart, flow of things.
It fucking sucks.
It's not actual artificial intelligence like making a decision. And so let me tell you this, and maybe I've said this on the show before. This is my bet for the future. I firmly believe that Silent J will, in, I don't know if it's 2 years, 3 years, or 5 years, but I think most humans will be comforted by the fact that when they have a question about their Amazon delivery or whatever it is, that they're talking to an AI that's I'll drink. That's tapped into the database, tapped into the distribution, tapped into the employer's policies, tapped into what payment you made, and is giving you accurate, immediate answers instead of some fucker in some other country.
I'm not sure artificial intelligence is going to be able to tell me that the last technician that was out servicing the fiber optic box that they were just at unplugged my fiber and put it into someone else's, and that's why my internet went down.
But Justin, how is the person that you're talking to going to be able to tell you that?
We ran tests. We're like, hey, let's test this. Oh, no, it's got to be the fibers. What
And
we came out
artificial
to.
intelligence can run that same test.
No,
It'll
don't
do
you
it.
dare. I hear you through this wall right now. You shut your fucking mouth.
JD, I agree with you though. When I have something I can throw in right now, a question about the weed eater I'm using to knock down weeds outside. If I can load a picture up into chat and then ask the question, I'm rather than Google searching, well, how do I do this or how do I do that? This is way better. It feels way better to be able to do that, and it will go that way on phone calls.
Well, I mean, you just compared artificial intelligence to a Google search. I would agree with you. By the way, I was drunk and in Texas, and the guy who was working on the front of my land left his skid steer, his like $275,000 skid steer on the front of my property, and he told me that the keys were in it and I could go drive it. And I got into that thing, and there's all these buttons and gears and thing. I didn't even know how to start the fucking thing. And I did what Chad did. I just started taking pictures with Google Gemini, and the thing coached me through it. And before you knew it, I was mowing trees down in the back of the fucking property with the bucket in the front. But Brian, we were talking more about customer service, and you can already see in this chat bar, people are getting upset. Like they're saying, no, the humans are better, this or that. So I just want you to kind of have the final thought here. I mean, I'm not going to lead the witness, but
I think right now also people are comparing to, if you look back how good it is today, like how good Fable is today compared to 2 years ago, you'd be astounded. I think people are forgetting like how good it's getting and how good it's going to get, right? And the idea is that, you go to a call center right now and they can say, oh yeah, that's great. And they can try to help you, but it's hard for them to take a secondary action. Whereas I think, we'll be able to say, Amazon will be able to say, okay, for any return that's less than $200, just automatically do it, or whatever, set the parameters, or like, in our world, most people want to think about their contributions at home with their spouse after hours. I think they would love to be able to call somebody and say, hey, what's my contribution? Oh, can I raise that? And actually have it be able to take, raise your contribution amount right there, take an action. I think that's where we're going to go, where it can actually take actions for you and get a result faster.
Agreed. And so my Chad's nuggets for those people out there that are just hanging on so tight to the value of a human. This is my take. I would like you to refocus and realize the power of the technology, and then figure out where you want to place the human to do some.
Yeah.
But stop like pointing your finger at it saying it's not going to work, because it's going to fucking work, and it's going to change the entire fucking earth, everything that we do. And so there's going to be a place for you as a human. So stop being scared of it and start adopting it and figuring out where you fit alongside it. Because I'm just seeing such naive, stupid fucking posts out there about like, oh, the human's going to do it. These things suck. And Shannon, S words, I'm talking to you right now. No, I'm kidding. I saw your comments there.
I mean, have you talked to people that work in call centers, like it's not the greatest job. Like they can get another, they probably find another job.
And they're not good at it. A lot of them are not good at it.
It's a terrible, it's like a job everybody calls that's upset. It's horrible. So why force those people to do that? I think let the AI do that. I got a drink. But yeah, I think there's more opportunities for new jobs we're not even thinking of to come.
Chad, you had a final.
I just wasn't sure if you were going to get into one of the other topics you had sent out for the show around artificial intelligence creating summary plan descriptions. That LinkedIn.
Well, this was part of the haters. This was part of the haters. That was an example.
It was so ignorant. The thought that it can't create a summary plan description from an existing document, that you couldn't prompt that in there.
Yeah,
and then crazy. All of the comments following the post in that article, not the comment, sorry, but the article itself, that was like, well, you should remember that if artificial intelligence creates a summary plan description for you, you still have to deliver it. Well, no fucking doubt you have to deliver it. That's part of it. Like that whole, I don't know why that whole article rubbed me so wrong, but it was so naive.
It's fear. It's
into
fear.
What artificial intelligence is here to help with.
It's fear. Yeah. And by the way, if you're an attorney who writes these documents, you're ultra scared. You're like, this is your value that you've brought. And I would say to that attorney, you need to pivot. You need to enhance yourself and figure out where you're going to fit alongside this. I think also, Chad, people forget I didn't even do that on purpose. They're so used to using like the free version of chat, whatever,
They have no idea what
or Grok or
capabilities are.
Gemini. And so, yeah, if you jump into free Gemini on your fucking phone and you think it's going to write a summary plan description properly for you, you're probably extending yourself a little bit. But if you're using enterprise level solutions and you're building a custom artificial intelligence thing that's coding something and building, oh, Tony, prompt monkeys. Yeah, you can do some crazy shit that is codified, it's prudent, it's professional, it's repeatable, et cetera, et cetera. So wake up, everyone, open your eyes and check it out. Brian, we got to move. Do you want to make some money? Do you invest? Sure. Do you invest?
I do invest. Yep.
Well, I have got a special thing for you right now.
All right.
I am sitting right next to basically the Warren Buffett of his generation. No one picks investments better than Robe Guy.
Ah.
I feel like there can only be one.
Yeah,
right?
Justin, fuck you. Shh, be quiet. Be quiet. This company, Robe Guy, has over 15,000 employees. I actually use one of their products on my Texas ranch. They have annual sales of 19 million, up 33% from a 19 billion, up 33% from a 14 billion 2024. Their price to earnings ratio, it's negative. They have a negative price to earnings ratio because they're unprofitable.
Well, let me tell you what that means.
They have a market cap of approximately 2.25 trillion. The ticker SPCX. You know what I'm talking about. It's Elon. It's SpaceX. Do we buy it or do we sell it, Robe Guy?
I'll tell you.
Yeah. Drink your magic potion.
That's what gives him all the answers right there.
Oh, there it is.
Okay. Let me take you back in time. When caveman used to look up at the moon for to figure out like if tomorrow was going to rain or if they were going to kill a buffalo to eat, like, and now we have a crazy person who has a company with cars with batteries and things that shoot up in the space, and we just trust him like he's a god to some degree. And I think in some ways, I kind of think he came from the moon. I think the first ever moon landing, I'm rather confident we brought home an egg and Elon Musk was born out of that. Kind of like Game of Thrones in a way, right? They just carried him around for a bit and then he came out, and there's probably 45 clones of him in his dungeon somewhere under his offices. So we have repetitive Elons just happening. But
it is odd how he gets so much done.
It really is. Yeah. So anyways, that's all to be said, that I think everybody on this show can agree that a wise person would just buy it, right? Because I think we're just at a point where, like, what else is there really? He's kind of got us by the balls. And it really makes me want to say don't buy, because I want to be a naysayer. Usually I am. Usually I'm the guy who's like, don't do it. Don't fall for it. It's going to be the next MySpace. Not going to exist in a few years. But
worked out pretty good for Tom.
I think he's just crazy enough to keep this thing going. So I'm in. We'll buy it. We'll buy a little bit. We'll sprinkle a little in there.
There's a lot of people that will spend money to fly to Mars.
Ping pong here. I didn't know what the or pinball.
Hey, Justin, like they say, don't let them know your next move, buddy. Never.
So can you give Brian like specific advice? What percent of his portfolio?
Yeah. So Brian, I'm if I'm
100%.
accurate here,
yeah, 100.
your portfolio is probably worth about $1.5 million, and I'm going to say that you should probably take out a second mortgage on your house and bump that up a little bit. By the way, spine print. This is not financial
Fine
advice.
print.
Spine print.
Don't come back and sue me. But
I always counter
speaking
that
in
with
cursive.
no.
I love it.
It is. This is real shit. You should be paying
I
attention.
think you should put about 6 Bitcoin on this thing. All right.
6
You got
Bitcoin.
me?
All right.
All right.
Got it.
$360,000. Okay. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm in.
All right.
Perfect.
Nice. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah.
And Brandon, I feel like the drunk stock tips on the website needs a refresh. So can you politely ask Claude to sorry. Chat Bar Champion needs a refresh. Sorry.
I was gonna say we haven't done drunk stock tips for a while.
Chat Bar Champion. My bad. Okay. Final here, Brian. Let's give the pitch. Let's talk plan notice the company. Tell us about the company. When did it start? How many employees? How has it grown? How's it been going?
Yeah.
And then give us the problem, which we kind of talked about earlier. I think we all know the problem, that it's difficult to properly follow the rules with regards to participant notices. So then let us know about the product, how you guys solve that.
Sure. Yeah. Just quick overview. My background's in tech. My business partner, Michael, he had an RA. He had about 80 plans. 2021. Oh, yeah, there you go. Best practices came out on missing participants. He came to me. We were partners in another company we were exiting at the time. He came to me and said, Brian, I need technology in order to follow this. So we built that to make sure his plan stayed compliant. And then we had a couple other friends talked about how hard it is to send noticing all the notices. And so we built software from there. We grew and, we're 20 employees now.
Did you honestly assess the problem from just a small circle of friends, or did you also look out and everything we just talked about earlier and realize that it was a shit show?
Yeah, both. Yeah, so we've got a lot of we had some really good people like in the beginning. Jeff Atwell at Fiduciary Exchange. I don't know if you know Jeff, but he helped us out. And a bunch of different people helped us out in the beginning, and we really sat down and learned how difficult this was to stay compliant and to do it right. Like you said, it's not an easy thing to do. And that's how we built it. And we've had some great clients, partners along the way that have kind of helped us grow and build these gaps. And so, we take the drudgery out of sending notices, keep them compliant, report on it all. So if your plans are audited, that we will take on any of the liability for that. And we just make it easy, and we handle the missing participants. And I see Kevin in the chat. We've started working with PinChecks and some other custodians to actually identify missing participants that qualify for rollouts and cash outs. And we have a new product that helps automate that process, the whole rollout process.
Did you roll out
did you roll out
a price increase with that as well?
Wait, the rollouts? No.
You're talking about the south of 7K.
South of 7,000. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So,
Give it a month, Mark.
Basically, well, here's the thing: is like what the typical thing that we do in order to send notices. It's easy to send notices. The hardest part is figuring out who needs to get what notice, because all the data at different record keepers is comes in different ways, and so normalizing that data is very hard to normalize that data to get it into a standardized format. So we spent a lot of time doing that just to know who needs to get noticed, right?
Can I ask you on that? Like, how hard were the headwinds? I didn't think about the fact that you needed data. Shame on me from record keepers. They're not the best group of companies to just offer that up to some new startup that's trying to do something. So was that difficult? Is it still difficult?
Yeah, it's still difficult. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Basically, we have to get direct access from the TPA to get authorized to be able to log in to get that data. Oh, sorry. Yeah, TPA.
You don't have to
no, don't say it again.
Do you understand the rules?
He's not the first one to do that. To clarify his.
Come on.
This isn't really a penalty for somebody from New Orleans, so it's fine.
That's how I feel every Thursday, Brian.
I have a pretty important question about your business, though.
Go ahead. Sure.
How much money and how long did it take to come up with the name?
Oh, well, yeah.
Did you outsource that to Madison Avenue?
That was like, I mean, did you have a whiteboard session, or did you?
I feel like they probably made it during Breast Cancer Awareness Month too.
Yeah. There is a reason. And here's the reason.
Well, yeah, you're like, let's just get to the point, maybe.
Yeah. So most of the time when we're sending emails, and we are sending it from we white label it, so we'll send it from the TPA's TPA's email address twice.
Weak link.
I think you're just doing those on purpose now.
Yeah.
So we send it from there, and so it's branded with their logo, and it feels like it's coming from them. But the only thing is when they click on the link, it does go to our site, so we can monitor and see who did it. And at the top, it says plan notice on the URL. Okay. So it is generic enough, that name, that nobody actually questions.
Okay, fair enough.
Right.
Still pause for a moment. Just pause for a moment. Kev, baby, it's Linsco Private Ledger, you motherfucker. So shut up about that.
Third-party administrator.
Jesus.
Tony, you got that.
I was about to ask you, Brian, if you were focusing your distribution more on like plan sponsors directly, financial advisors. It sounds to me like you're obsessed with third-party administrators, you little creepy dude.
Third-party administrators, like we work with record keepers, and third-party administrators are our main clients. Okay. We have some direct to plan sponsors that we do work with, but I would say the bulk of our business either comes from third-party administrators or record keepers.
I think that's where you would want to position yourself, right? It's harder to go after the one-on-one fight with advisors. There's more scale in those two relationships.
I don't know.
I threw up the leaderboard for penalties. Brian,
look at that.
You are fucking.
Nobody ever beats JD.
No,
what's the record?
No, this has been
the record.
Like,
you're nowhere.
Tiger Woods when it comes to these leaderboards.
You're nowhere near the record. I don't know if I'm you out.
Slacking here.
JD's liver knows. Yeah.
Okay. I'm learning new things that I did not know, but we'll just use this as the plug/pitch part of the show. So everyone out there listening, advisors, there's no plan sponsors that listen to this shit, but other third-party administrators, it's plannotice.com, and go check it out and inquire, and we'll watch you guys grow. How has success been?
It's been great. Yeah,
it has.
Like it's definitely been it's definitely one of those things we found. Nobody likes sending notices, man. And it's like one of those things that it's so, especially in November when most of the plans have to get their annual notices out.
I have a quick question.
It's a hard time. And so we are able to make that so much easier.
Are you integrating with or having strategic partnership conversations with companies like Actuarial Services Corporation and Daytare and
I don't know what the other ones. Yeah.
Fred Todd Williams.
Yes.
You are.
Yes. Okay. Right. And so we're working with them, and we're working with the pension pros of the world that also have integrations with them, so that the notices can flow directly to us, and it's much easier. Yes. All that.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Plan notice, everybody.
I'll tell you one funny because of the AI discussion. Drink again. Michael brought me to conferences and they were like, a lot of people were like, this is great, I need this. And I said, okay, we check the checkbox, so it's a compliance thing, great. And I always ask people, do you actually read the notices? And nobody in the industry actually read the notices. And it broke my heart a little bit. I'm like, this is kind of, what are we doing here? And so we do this thing where we developed video summaries, basically the ability to take the notice, and we still deliver the full PDF notice, but also give you a 2-minute video summary that makes it in plain English of what in the world this is. What is a fee disclosure?
I like that.
SVD?
So check the compliance box by doing what we have to do, because we've laughed about that for decades in this industry. Like, a summary plan description is written for the participant, and you might as well be reading a fucking adoption agreement. Like it's lawyer speak. So you're doing a little short video. Yes, Silent J.
Raise your hand if you've read any of the plan notices that you receive on an annual basis.
I mean, I've read a singular. That's why Brandon has the highest balance right there.
Yeah, I haven't read a single one.
So then you have no understanding why you're not getting your safe harbor match, Justin. We carved out.
Highly compensated
that's not a non-elective.
No, we carved out a group. It's an exclusion. It's an exclusion, and it's shaved head, bearded
the sales
guys
team.
that I don't know. I forget what it was, but okay. Brandon, can we do whoa, Kev Baby's getting a couple late minute votes.
But those 3 letters, it counted. How did it got
did it?
CDC, huh? No, he corrected it. Tony corrected it.
Justin.
Shit.
Oh,
God
I see.
damn it.
I see. That's a correction.
Well played. He did that on purpose.
Not a double vote. That's a correction. Can we get a leaderboard? Because I believe the time has expired. Who is the Kevin's the chat bar chairman again? By a Todd.
By a narrow margin.
Todd. Okay.
Kev started off hot, but Todd brought it.
This parlays nicely because, God damn it, I was gonna say our next guest on Retireholics in 2 weeks is the hardest working man in 401k. Drum roll.
Brandon Carlson.
Kev Baby. Kevin Spade from will be here with us. Have you seen this guy on fucking LinkedIn?
I think Kevin's gonna win Chat Bar Champion while a guest. I think he's the first person ever to do it. Yeah,
that could happen. But honestly, have you seen him? The guy is at
he's everywhere.
Horse races, your local pizza
banana
place.
Ball.
Yeah, I mean
minor leaguer. Yeah,
and
everywhere.
he's taking selfies and he's
dressed up. He's theming shit. He's just a fucking beast.
My God, the guy is networking like I don't think I've ever seen anyone network. Period, bar none in this industry.
Get people shaving his beard and stuff. I mean, it's impressive. It's
Holy
impressive.
Yeah,
we respect that.
Maybe we can learn something from him, Chad. # not your typical advisor on what it's like to be the fucking just the hardest working guy in 401k. Thank you to you, Brian. And Plan Notice for giving you the thumbs up to come in and be with us tonight. We appreciate it. You've been a phenomenal guest. Not as great as Todd Harlow last time, but that's a high bar.
Brian, that's because Mark and I were here this time and we kind of took it away from you. Sorry.
But you're definitely you're up there.
I would like to say that Brian, your taking of the penalty drinks was the best the guest has ever done. On time, taking the doubles, laughing about it, doing it for fun. Like I don't know. You know what? I like Todd, but he made me feel like shit. So you know what, Brian? I disagree with JD.
Okay,
you weren't even here with Todd.
Fuck that. Yeah. Well, you know what? I don't care. I like Brian more. Okay.
So Brian, I would say if you compared yourself to all the hundreds of guests that we've had over the last decade, you're definitely in a top percentile. Like you would not be a mutual fund removed from the core menu. You would stay in place.
Hey, nice.
What a nerd. What a nerd.
And lastly,
you would not be a disclosure I didn't read, Brian.
There you go.
And lastly, I would like to thank you all out there, the audience, for tuning in. I know it's 4th of July week, or wherever the fuck you lazy fuckers call it. I'll be grinding in the morning, working hard. You go and do what you do. And thanks to anyone else who's tuned in. Like I said at the top of the show, and I'll say it at the end, we are the Retireholics. We are changing the retirement plan industry one beer at a time. We'll see you next time. Brandon, play some music.